Hi, my name is Salena Kahn. I was born and raised in North Haven, Connecticut, and my family owns Kahn Towing and Recovery as well as Nelson and Access Ambulance. I am here today to support the bill of tow trucks in Connecticut having blue emergency lights in the rear of the vehicle. This is only to be used when loading a vehicle in a hazardous location. Every 6 days, a tow operator is killed in the United States. That does not take into account tow trucks that are hit, secondary accidents that are caused, and injuries to operators or close calls that these operators experience on a daily basis. Unlike other first responders and DOT personnel, we are typically loading a vehicle by ourselves with just the amber lights on our trucks without any secondary vehicles giving warning. For example, a disabled vehicle in the breakdown lane with a flat tire, a tractor trailer broken down on the side of I-91, and a car out of gas in the shoulder. Unless it is a motor vehicle accident, most of the time we have no secondary emergency vehicle behind us. When loading up these vehicles, most of the time we are laying on the ground on the breakdown line due to there being such a small shoulder in order to hook up the vehicle, as well as standing on the line in order to secure the load. Unfortunately, everybody is numb to yellow lights because there is no regulation to them and they are abused. We all are aware that when we are driving and when we see red or blue lights, we instinctively take our foot off the gas and go for the brake. By following suit of other states implementing these lights, we hope to reduce the injuries and fatalities that continue to increase in one of the most dangerous but necessary jobs to the public. This industry, unfortunately, has the least amount of respect and is getting killed the most. Please help us in protecting these operators because our lives are on the line. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Salena, for your testimony. That was a great telling of what you do every day, and I have a newfound appreciation for tow truck drivers, so thank you. Any questions from the committee? Representative Howard.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do. I will confess, I've been a town police officer for over 20 years, and every time I find myself accidentally making a traffic stop on the highway, I can't get out of there quick enough. So is it basically, am I understanding you that you have amber lights, but it's not so much the lights because people know that it brings attention to it, which actually can be negative, I guess, sometimes. But if we were to put the blue and red lights to the back, it would appear as though there's a police officer there, so people are going to naturally slow down.
Yeah, and also there's statistics that the representative from AAA Northeast was bringing up, because we would just be following suit with what other states have already done, and it's allowing people to slow down and move over because they see those lights and they instinctively take their foot off the gas, they slow down and they move over.
That was a very interesting statement, and you do this every day. I think you observe traffic all the time, and I can't tell you that I support you, Bill, but I can't tell you how important it is to me and some other things that are going on up here of what you just said, that when there are blue and red lights on the side of the highway, no matter what they're there for, people instinctively slow down. That's your experience, and you know best because you're out there. So thank you so much. Thank you, Representative Barry.
Thank you. Representative Quinn.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And thank you both for being here and having had to use your company's services on a number of occasions with my old cars that tend to break down. You know, I really appreciate what you guys do and am also fully in support of this bill because I get it. I mean, I've done ride-alongs with our fire department and agree with what Representative Howard said on the highway calls. I mean, it is just crazy how people react and don't react. So, you know, good luck with this. And again, we appreciate you being here and telling us your story.
Thank you.
Can I add a few things to that? My name is Salim Khan. I'm the owner of Kahn Towing and Nelson Ambulance and Access Ambulance. Never thought I'd see my daughter in this industry, nor did I want her in it. There's two types of calls, police and fire calls when we have emergency backup there. That's 25% of our business. 75% is private calls. When the police call us, we have protection there. You have the fire department, what we call blocking and protecting us. Private calls rarely have protection. Protection is more than a tow truck to pick up a vehicle that is disabled. Customers are also in the vehicle that we're towing. Out of the vehicle, they need to come because we can't load them and take them in their cars. So they have to be on the roadway with us. And it puts them at danger. In Wallingford, a couple years ago, we had a person get killed who was a driver of a vehicle as they stepped out of the vehicle. It's not only protecting tow operators, but also protecting the motoring public. When you see an accident with fire police, we all call it blocking to protect. The fire department staggered. But again, 75% of what we do is one-on-one. The tow truck is there to pick up the disabled vehicles, give it gas, and tow the vehicle. DOT, you'll see when you're traveling, working on the guardrails, there's multiple vehicles, crash units set up. When a tow truck is there, most of the time we're solely on our own. Motorists broken down most of the time. When we load up, there is no protection at all there. Route 15 is one of our territories in Connecticut. I know engineers must design these roads, but Route 15 has no shoulders in most of the areas we pick up disabled cars. There's not even a wide enough shoulder for the car, let alone a tow truck.
And just to interject to that point, that was where Corey Iodice on Route 15, he was struck and killed in 2020. And then more recently in November, thank God the driver survived, but he was thrown off. He had to jump out of the way of a car that hit and totaled the tow truck and the vehicle that he was towing.
Most vehicles today, as we know, are all-wheel drive and cannot be towed quickly. If a wrecker comes, they have to use dollies, and our back is turned to oncoming traffic most of the time. If we have to load it on a flatbed, there's a 8-point tie-down system that we use to secure the vehicle. And like my daughter Salena said, most of the time we're laying on the ground, right on that white line to hook up the bridle to get that car safely on our bed. The process to load takes our eyes off the road. Towing Connecticut is a private, not a public agency. Approximately every 6 days, a tower is killed on the side of the road in the United States. That's just a statistic that AAA has. And there's a wall of the fallen down in Tennessee.
But over 350 names on the wall for tow operators that have been killed in the line of duty.
A lot of towers are small family businesses. When towers go out for police agencies, whether for a car accident or a tractor trailer rolled over, fully loaded, there is no guarantee that the towers are even going to get paid. I don't know if most people even know that. It takes a special person to do this job, to be on call 24/7, and the trades industry, as we know, is declining. So anything we could do to protect our towers in Connecticut would greatly be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony, Senator Chigarella.
Thank you. And thank you for coming to testify here today. I know you waited quite a while. We appreciate that. Also want to thank you guys for bringing this to my attention. Unfortunately, the statistic that you just stated, every 6 days, something tragic happens to a professional just trying to do their job. And if it wasn't for Salena, who just got into this profession, her family business, and was an advocate and literally started a nonprofit, Life on the Line.
I'm selling towing accessories and products and merchandise, and for every sale, percentage of everything I sell is getting donated to the Wall of the Fallen down in Tennessee to bring awareness to the towing industry, because there's a lot of awareness for slow down, move over for first responders as a whole and emergency personnel, but not anything dedicated specifically to towing. We get the least amount of respect and we don't get looked at as emergency personnel. We're kind of just looked at, I joke around and say it's the tow mater of the industry. We don't get taken seriously. We're kind of overlooked a little bit.
Well, I, admire and respect your work as a newly entering the professional field. You just graduated college, I think, a year ago, and you're already doing so much for your profession and being an advocate for your family business and many other businesses that are doing this dangerous work every single day. You showed me videos of what it's like to be trying to fix a tire that's on the traffic side of the road and how quick these cars are zooming by. You can't even get out of the car. I'm all about common sense legislation, and this seems to be common sense. As the representative from AAA stated, studies show that when they see those type of lights, people are more apt to slow down than other lights. So I think bringing this to our attention is going to allow us to take action and hopefully implement this so we could protect the profession and the individuals that are doing this dangerous job every single day. So I just wanted to put that out there that I admire what you're doing at such a young age and being such an advocate for the profession. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Any other questions from members of the committee? I would just echo, thank you for bringing this to attention. It's not something when we sit down annually, look at issues, this is not something that we had come up with before. And if it wasn't for your advocacy, we wouldn't have it on the debate and others join the conversation. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. Again, thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
All right, next.